Brandon Podziemski might not be the biggest name in the league right now, but if there's one thing you absolutely cannot say about him, it's that he lacks confidence. From the moment he stepped onto the scene coming out of Santa Clara, he's carried himself like someone who belongs. In his rookie year, he didn't just show flashes. He earned his spot on the NBA All-Rookie First Team. That's no small feat, especially considering the competition and how rare it is for late lottery picks to stand out so early. Then came his involvement with the Olympic Development Program, helping Team USA prepare for the upcoming Paris Games. Even though he wasn't on the official Olympic roster, just being part of that environment, being trusted to run sets and play with that level of talent speaks volumes about how he's viewed inside basketball circles. But let's not sugarcoat things. Year 2 was not what he or Warriors fans hoped for. It started with promise, sure, but things turned into a roller coaster fast. The production dropped, the confidence wavered, and then to cap it all off, he had to undergo surgery on his wrist. Oh, something that now puts a big asterisk next to his postseason performance. There were moments in the playoffs where you could just see he wasn't himself. The shot wasn't falling. The decisions looked rushed. It just wasn't the version of Brandon we'd seen before. And yet in true Podziemski fashion, he isn't ducking from the disappointment. He's owning it. And more importantly, he's already looking ahead. He recently made an appearance on Kay Adams' show. And what he said there tells you everything you need to know about his mindset heading into year 3. I want to be an all-star as soon as I can, he said without hesitation. And look, that kind of talk isn't for everyone. A lot of fans might roll their eyes. They might think it's too early or that he hasn't earned that level of ambition yet. But the reality is, that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from a young player on a team trying to stay relevant in a rapidly evolving Western Conference. He even mentioned that it doesn't matter if Stephen Curry is still there or not. He wants to be an all-star either way. And that right there, that's ambition. That's the kind of drive that separates guys who are just happy to be in the league from guys who want to leave a mark on it. It's not about ego, it's about belief. If Brandon's going to share the court with Steph or eventually take over the reins when that chapter closes, this is the mentality he has to have. Because let's be honest, you don't become an all-star by being passive or waiting your turn forever. You go get it. And sure, the path is tough. Curry, Thompson, Green, they all carved out all-star resumes while playing together. It can be done, but for Brandon, it'll mean elevating every part of his game, especially because his role isn't exactly locked in. Depending on the lineup, he's the backup point guard, sometimes even a shooting guard playing off the ball. That versatility is a strength, no doubt, but it also means he's got to produce regardless of the role he's asked to fill. And let's not forget Curry and Podziemski play similar positions. That alone creates challenges when you're trying to stand out. Now, Brandon didn't stop with just the all-star talk. He took it a step further. He said he wants to be an Olympian in 2028. That's 4 seasons from now, and honestly, it's a lofty goal. But again, it's the mindset that matters. He already got a taste of that Olympic atmosphere during the ODP run-up to Paris. Reports from that stint were glowing. Coaches praised his IQ, his effort, his adaptability. Even Curry, who's been heavily involved with that group, had nothing but positives to say about him. That kind of validation means a lot. But here's the reality check. Getting into that 2028 Team USA roster is going to be an absolute battle. Just look at the guard depth. JALEN Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, and others have already put their stamp on the team. Steph might not play again, especially with that Olympics being in Los Angeles, but that doesn't exactly open the floodgates either. Guys like De'Aaron Fox, Kyrie Irving, even if Kyrie ends up playing for another country, and countless others will be in the mix. For Brandon to crack that lineup, he's going to have to be playing at an all-star level consistently for the next 2 or 3 seasons. That's the reality, but that's also the beauty of what he's saying. He knows what it'll take, and he's not backing down from it. And that goes back to what he said about being a household name. Not just a role player or someone who fits into a system, but a guy who leads. He wants to be a face of a winning team. That's big talk for a player entering just his 3rd season, but again, that's the level of hunger he's bringing. That's the kind of attitude that separates guys who hang around for a few years from those who build a legacy. And let's be real, the Warriors need someone like that. With Draymond getting older, with Steph entering the back nine of his career, and with the front office still figuring out what the future looks like after the James Wiseman experiment didn't pan out, someone's got to step up. Brandon's still on a great contract, by the way. For the upcoming 2025 and 2026 season, he's locked in for just over $3.5 million. After that, he enters a team option year worth around $5.5, assuming he doesn't completely fall off a cliff. That option is likely getting picked up. And then, if things go right, we're talking about bird rights, extensions, and potentially building a core around him and a few others like Jonathan Kuminga or Moses Moody. If they stick around, looking back at last season, the numbers were mixed. He played fewer games because of the injury, and that clearly disrupted his rhythm. Early in the season, it was rough. He had stretches where he looked completely out of sync. He had games where he went 0 for 5 from deep, couldn't find his spots, and seemed unsure of himself. But after returning from the wrist issue, something changed. He looked sharper, more decisive. The confidence came back. And while the playoffs weren't what he or anyone hoped, his final game of the postseason showed a flash of what he's capable of. Against Minnesota, he dropped 28 points and went 4 for 6 from 3. That's the version of Brandon the Warriors are betting on. He had a solid outing in the Houston series too. 26 points in one game and double figures in a few others. But the real issue? Consistency. You can't have one good game and then disappear for 2 or 3, especially not when you're in a supporting cast role on a team that's built around stars. The West is stacked with young talent. Just look at Indiana with Halliburton and Siakam, or OKC with Shea, Chet, and Jalen Williams, all guys who are producing night in and night out. That's the standard now. It's not enough to be good in spurts. You gotta bring it every night. And Steve Kerr acknowledged the struggles. He spoke openly about Brandon's mental battles during the playoffs, how easy it is to lose confidence when the pressure is high, and how important it is to go through those moments. Kerr mentioned how much he believes this experience will help Brandon in the long run. And he's right. These are the kind of growing pains every young player faces. The difference is how they respond. Brandon's been through 2 playoff series now. He's felt what it's like to be targeted by defenses, to have your weaknesses exposed, and to be expected to deliver in big moments. That matters. You can't teach that. You have to go through it. Like Nebraska's softball coach says, you can only experience experience. And now that Brandon has that under his belt, year 3 becomes critical. With 2 full NBA seasons behind him, Brandon Podziemski is no longer just a promising rookie. He's a young guard on the brink of defining what kind of player he'll become in this league. Year 3 isn't just another year, it's a statement year. It's the season where the raw talent has to translate into reliable production, where the flashes of brilliance have to become nightly expectations, and where the Warriors fans and the front office will look at him not as a hopeful piece, but as someone they can count on. And what makes this year so important is not just the timing in his contract or the natural progression of a player. It's where the Warriors are. As a franchise, they're in a weird spot. The dynasty core is aging, the young prospects haven't fully taken over, and the Western Conference is unforgiving. Jonathan Kuminga showed real signs of growth. Moses Moody had moments, but his role is still in flux. Trace Jackson-Davis looks like a solid contributor, but is he going to be a game changer? Meanwhile, the Warriors are still looking for that young star who can bridge the past and future. Brandon has the skills and now, with more experience, the opportunity to be that guy. The team likely isn't going to trade him anytime soon either. He's on a contract that doesn't carry much weight for salary matching, so unless he becomes part of a bigger package deal, he's staying put. They value his development, and the coaching staff sees what he can become. Steve Kerr has been vocal about the importance of patience with young players. After the disappointment with James Wiseman, the organization knows how critical it is to handle growth the right way. Trading Brandon now, while his value is still climbing, just doesn't make sense, unless it's for something massive before. We continue. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. A surprising buzz is swirling around the NBA as rumors intensify about JALEN Brunson's potential departure from the New York Knicks and his possible arrival at the Golden State Warriors. Though no official confirmation has been made by either team, insiders hint that the Warriors are eyeing Brunson as their next starting point guard, sparking widespread speculation among fans and analysts alike. Brunson, who has been a key figure for the Knicks with his leadership and sharp playmaking, seems to be at the center of trade talks that could reshape the dynamic of both franchises. The whispers suggest that the Warriors see in Brunson a player who can bring stability and a fresh tactical approach to their backcourt. Golden State, known for his fast-paced and high-scoring style, might benefit from Brunson's ability to orchestrate the offense efficiently while adding a scoring punch when needed. Sources close to the situation indicate that Brunson has been actively exploring his options, and the allure of joining a Warrior squad with championship pedigree could be a tempting prospect. This potential move would also align with the Warriors' recent efforts to reinforce their roster around their superstar core, aiming to reclaim dominance in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, the Knicks camp remains tight-lipped, but is believed to be weighing the financial and strategic implications of letting go of their floor general. Brunson's exit would leave a noticeable gap in New York's lineup, prompting questions about who might fill the void if the deal goes through. The basketball world is abuzz with theories about how this possible transfer could impact both teams' trajectories. Would Brunson's leadership and playmaking breathe new life into the Warriors' backcourt? Could the Knicks pivot quickly and find a suitable replacement? Or would this trade mark the beginning of a rebuilding phase for the franchise? While the rumor mill keeps churning, fans are eagerly awaiting official word. For now, all eyes are on Golden State and New York as the story of Jalen Brunson's next chapter unfolds amid growing anticipation and debate. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.